as I've talked about on my channel, I graduated college with straight A's. I made the dean's list. I attended honors ceremonies. I just learned so much during my 4 years at a university, and since so many of my subscribers are students, I really wanted to make a dedicated video about school. So I want to talk about everything from how I romanticized school, how I study, how I took notes, how I maintained straight A's, and how I stayed motivated through the entire year, especially right now because this is when I had midterms and finals and I was overall just very stressed out. So I'm really hoping this video motivates you guys to finish out the school year strong. So let's get started. There is something about the early, dark, cold mornings before school that felt so peaceful and nostalgic. I would get up extra early every single day, either to have extra time getting ready or to get things done. It's always just been so important to me to have extra time for myself, and usually the only time I could do that was before my day started. Also, when I wake up extra early to get things done, I am like the most productive ever because I feel like if I'm forcing myself awake to get something done, it's gonna get done. Like, I am not gonna be distracted. I'm gonna be so locked in. I decided to wake up at 6 a.m. today. I also woke up extra early every morning so I could have a lot of time to get ready. My morning routine was very important to me because I felt like when I looked my best, I did my best. So I had extra time to do my makeup, do my hair, take my everything shower, and most importantly, to watch The Vampire Diaries. I've been watching this show now for 10 years. I started watching it when I was 13. You can go back to my first video I have up on my channel. I'm watching The Vampire Diaries before school.
The Vampire Diaries, that this is the third time of me watching the show. So I eat, drink my coffee, and watch the best show of all time.
This show is like my comfort show, especially during the school year. It helps me to romanticize my life so much. So every morning while I was getting ready, I'd turn on my show and peacefully start my day. This was like very crucial to me because no matter how the rest of my day went, I knew I would have the morning just to myself. So romanticizing your morning makes the entire day so much better. This is a very typical outfit for me. I like to dress really casual and comfy, but cute when I go to school. I want to be able to move around and not worry about what I'm wearing, but I also want my outfit to be cute. So this is like very typical, and this white backpack is perfect because it matches every single outfit. My top is from Garage and my jeans are from Levi's. I have my everyday jewelry and I'm feeling very comfy, and I'll probably pair this with sneakers. But honestly, every time I need outfit inspiration, I immediately go to Pinterest. I have an entire board of outfit ideas. I also applied one of my recent favorite scents. This is the Way Melrose Place, and I just made an entire video on how to smell good all day and get your yum scents to last. And the key is to layer. So I take these, I have the matching lotion and the perfume, and I focus the lotion all over like my chest area and my arms, all right here where I can smell it. And then once that's rubbed in, I take the perfume and spray it exactly where I put the lotion. So it's like the second layer, and that way we have the perfect combo. The scent is locked in and it's gonna last for so much longer. Probably the most fun shopping trip I've ever had in my life. As I'm filming this video, Sephora is having their huge annual sale. Okay, it's not even huge. It's literally like 15 to 20% off, but everything in the entire store is discounted. So I figured I might as well restock on all the products I'm gonna be buying anyways, since they're cheaper right now. So I got everything that I could possibly need, but it's actually perfect because a lot of the items that I bought are the exact products I love to pack in my school bag, and also what I use to get ready in the morning and unready at night before and after school. So this is actually the perfect video to talk about these in. Wow, this is the miniest powder ever. What? You're kidding. This is a powder. I decided to buy the mini Charlotte Tilbury powder because I've never tried it before, but I needed a new powder. So I was like, let's give this one a shot. This is the tiniest powder I've ever seen in my life. This is like 1/8 of the size of the actual powder. This is like an eyeshadow. Okay. Today's video is sponsored by Insta360 and I am so excited for this. This is the absolute perfect camera for daily vlogging. This is the Go 3S and look how small it is. This is the smallest camera I've ever owned. I love that it has the flip up screen. It makes it perfect for daily vlogging, but this camera gets even smaller because you can take it out and look at it now. It is smaller than my thumb. I filmed so many video clips from this video and my last couple videos using this camera. It was just so easy to take it with me anywhere I went. It literally fits in my pocket. It also has a magnetic feature allowing you to get hands-free point of view, and you're able to mount this anywhere. And I have had so much fun getting creative with the different shots you can get using this camera. It comes with a couple other things that you can mount to. My favorite being this magnetic necklace. This has been so much fun to use. I'll wear this as a necklace and then put it beneath my clothes and stick the camera right over that. Like what? This is the coolest setup. And one of my favorite features is when you have the camera detached, you can still see the display on the screen of what the camera is seeing. I love that so much because I want to see the angles that I'm getting. I think this is the perfect camera to add to your vlogging setup because it is so easy to use and beginner friendly. I have been reaching for this camera so often, and what I love is it has 4K resolution and it also allows you to vlog in public super inconspicuously. It makes capturing any moment really simple. I wish I had this camera sooner, especially when I was making school vlogs, because this would be so easy to carry around. The Insta360 Go 3S has been such a fun addition to my vlogging setup, so if you guys are interested in checking this out, I will have the links in the description. Definitely click those, and thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. Honestly, one of my favorite ways to get into a studying mood is to change up my setting. So getting out of the house is ideal once in a while, especially when I'm on a grind to get a lot of things done. My favorite place to go is for sure a cafe, but my favorite free options are to go to a library or to a park. Okay everyone, I'm the type of person who is so easily distracted, so when I have a lot to get done, I have to get out of the house and get into a new environment so that I can grind and get a bunch of stuff done. I also just love changing up my workspace, so whether I'm going to a library, a cafe, or a bookstore, it's always just nice to have some quiet and also be around people who are working also. I have been obsessed with trying all of the little local cafes in my city. Also, the coffee tastes so much better at local cafes instead of going to a Starbucks or a Coffee Bean. So I got my go-to. This is a honey oat milk latte with vanilla cold foam. So next I want to show you guys how I take notes and study for exams. So I found my old notes, PowerPoints, and textbook from my anthropology course that I took. I always took notes in class, and usually it was the main takeaway from the presentation that my professor would give. I did all my bullet points and references so that I could study it later. But when it came time for the exam, I went a little crazy. I would reread every single chapter and retake notes on every single chapter before the exam. So it was a little bit crazy, but this is actually what helped me so much. So as you can see, I went through 7 weeks of work and retook notes on everything. I even had a little table of contents on the top of each chapter so that I could see exactly what I was going to be referencing throughout my notes. And this also was such a good key. It was like a little table of contents to reference when I was studying, and this took me forever. It helped so much. I was acing every single test because I just went through everything again and took notes on it. And I feel like writing things down is the key to memorizing for me. I'm a very visual person, and so I realized when I wrote things down and color coded and underlined and highlighted different topics, that would stick in my brain way more. So here I am going through the entire presentation and textbook, and I'm relearning everything as if I'm starting over. I would sit for hours and hours at a cafe and library studying all of this stuff in prep for my exams, and this was the best thing I ever did. This is how I started getting straight A's. It would take forever, but I actually felt so organized and prepared when I did this. Is this not the cutest bookstore you've ever seen? I am obsessed with the look of this bookstore. It is so pretty. They had so many books to choose from, and it was really cute because they had like a little synopsis under each book and like a review from one of the bookstore workers. I was recommended this book, The Fourth Wing, and I am so excited to try this, especially during the school year. I think the perfect break between classes is to open up a book, and reading is the perfect break for me because I never feel guilty about it. Like if I scroll on my phone, I'm gonna feel guilty and I'm gonna be like, okay, why am I not locking in right now and studying and getting things done? But if I pick up a good book during my break, then I never feel bad about it. So today I went to one of my favorite cafes, and I also stopped into a new bookstore today. And let me tell you, that was one of the cutest bookstores I've ever been in. And I got a new book. I'm honestly so excited. If you guys have seen my recent videos, I am just about done with reading Sunrise on the Reaping, and Suzanne Collins is always gonna get me back into my reading era. I am obsessed with the Hunger Games, so I needed a new book to continue my reading, and this one I have heard nothing but good things about. I was even chatting with the girl in the bookstore, and she was like, I'm so excited for you to start this series. So I'm so excited. I really hope I love it as much as everyone says I will. It's a pretty good sized book. I've really been trying to scroll less on my phone lately. When I'm in the middle of a ton of work or taking notes or studying or whatever it is, and I pull out a book, I feel a lot less guilty about it. So during my breaks between work or studying or whatever, I love to have a good book handy. I used to carry around a book in my school bag, so in between classes I could read, or I could take this break when I'm eating lunch or whatever it is. So I'm excited to have a new one to carry around. Also, I love being that girl that's reading in like a cafe or on a park bench or something aesthetic. It's like very mysterious and like cool girl. I don't know. It's so fun when you're actually really immersed in your book that you forget about where you are. Anyway. I wanted to show you guys what I keep in my school bag. I used this really cute pink one. I just loved the idea of having a shoulder bag, and this one actually fit everything I needed. Can you guys tell what my favorite color is? I loved having a pink bag also because I got to add pink to every outfit. Inside my bag, I kept notebooks, I kept folders. I even sometimes brought my journal with me, especially for in between classes when I had some extra time. I have the cutest pencil case and all of my pink pens. They're not actually pink ink, and this one's a pencil. I just loved how they were pink. But honestly, for the most part, I took notes on my laptop, so I used paper for a couple classes, but most of the time I was typing my notes. And then on to the fun stuff. So I always like to keep a couple extra makeup products in my bag. I love taking mini ones, so I have like this mini powder. This is like exactly the kind of thing I would take, as well as a brush. I just bought this Sol de Janeiro kit, and this comes with a body mist and a body lotion. It also comes with a body wash, but I wouldn't take that to school. I just think this is so perfect. I would for sure keep these in my car, especially because some days I was running late and I didn't have time to do my entire smell good routine. So this way I had a couple products to use in case I needed it. I also have a lip balm, my headphones. Gum was the best thing ever. This is like my necessity, and everyone always wanted a piece, so I can make friends very fast. I have my water bottle, of course, and I also take crystals everywhere. I literally have them in every single bag, so that includes my school bag. But that was just a quick overview of everything I take to school, plus my laptop and maybe iPad. I just wanted to show you guys everything. It's kind of fun also to have like a cute school bag packed. It always just made me feel very put together. With that being said, I really wanted to do a little bit of reading through this video. So as I told you guys, I've been finishing up Sunrise on the Reaping. What a tough book. Like, actually so brutal. Of course, Suzanne Collins didn't disappoint. I was so into this book. So here's me sitting down. I lit my new Book Loft candle from Bath & Body Works, which I felt like was perfect to set the scene. And just by my face right now, I'm sure you can tell how tough it was. I was like sighing through the entire thing. But one of my favorite parts of finishing a book or a TV show is going and watching all of the edits for it. And let me tell you, there are some crazy ones for this book on TikTok. And plus, I am so excited for the movie. Anyway, so that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching and staying until the very end. Good luck to all of my subscribers who are finishing up the school year. I always love making content like this, but now that we're close to summer, I am so excited for new content. So definitely subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.